Wonderful. We are live. Welcome, Dr. Adrienne MacLain. I am such an honor to have you today. This is a platform for women empowerment. It's part of a women empowerment series, and we invite amazing guests and amazing, inspiring, and empowering ladies like you. And it's such an honor to have you today.
Oh, you're making me blush.
It's and you look beautiful.
Thank
And I want
you.
to see the mug that has the
Yes,
name of your book. Wow, we will be
release
talking about.
your masterpiece.
Congratulations. So, I would like you to say a bit about you,
Mm.
and I am so excited to showcase your new book as the launch is on Sunday, isn't it?
Yes, it sure is. Thank you so much. So I am, as you said, Dr. Adrienne McKeon, and I am a creative living coach. And what that means is basically I'm here to help you find your spark. I want everyone to feel lit up from the inside and like their passion flows easily and comfortably out of them in a creative rhythm that just flows and flows, and you never have to even think about it.
I love that.
That's what I want for everyone in the world.
Effortlessly. I
Yes.
love that. And how did you come to make that your mission to bring us sparks to people's life?
Hold on one
What
second.
was
My
the
cat is
journey?
just gonna drive us crazy.
That's
Here we
okay.
go.
We're live. That's part of what being live
She's allowed to
is.
come in. Come on, honey. Come
It's
in.
okay. We're allowing cats, children, everybody's allowed in our women empowerment platform. We're all
Exactly.
mothers. We are all housewives. We are our families, and that's part of the magic
Exactly.
that we share to everyone. Because
Exactly.
we, as just as a normal person, you can thrive and you can do successful things and be still be
Absolutely.
natural and normal.
That's right. Exactly. And that's
Mm.
exactly what I'm talking about. That creativity, it's not something special that's reserved for, this elite, the creatives. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Everyone is creative. Everyone has to innovate. If you come up with a new idea for anything, that's innovation, that's creativity. And so I really want everyone out there to understand just because you don't have a specifically artistic talent doesn't mean that you don't have a gift that the world
Mhm.
needs. Absolutely.
Mhm.
And so this book is all about how to find those natural gifts and how to
Mhm.
figure out who they're for and just start exchanging those gifts for real value, because there is nothing in the world, and I know you know this feeling, there is nothing in the world like that feeling when you just
Uh-huh.
give your natural gifts and then get value in exchange for them.
Absolutely.
It's the game changer. It's an absolute game changer.
I love this. Oh my God, this is so beautifully expressed. Everyone has a gift and a talent inside. But then, how
Absolutely.
do we help them get this talent and gifts when they don't believe they have it?
Yeah,
That's the
and
big
that's that's really the whole thing. That's what this book
question.
is. It's how to find those gifts
Mm.
even when you think, I don't have any gifts. I'm not creative. I don't have any special talents. Yes, you are, and yes, you do, and we're going to find them together.
Oh, I love that.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So you actually help the reader to discover it's for them. So it's
That's
the
right.
book to help the reader.
Yes. It's when it says release your masterpiece, I'm talking to you, your masterpiece. Okay, I already released mine.
Okay.
And I've got
Wow.
several more in there just waiting, but the idea is that everyone has at least one masterpiece within them. And honestly, the true masterpiece, here's the kicker of the whole book, it's you. The real
Yes.
masterpiece is the true you, the authentic you that you have always known that you were underneath all of the conditioning, right?
Mhm. Yeah.
You are the true masterpiece. And once you start releasing your natural gifts to the world and
Mhm.
using them to get all the things that you want in the world,
Mhm.
the you that you really are just comes out. That's what happens. You have to release that person in order to get that life, because
I love
your desire is
uh-huh.
your GPS. That's what leads you to your destiny. So those two words,
Absolutely.
I'm a big word nerd, so I'm going to get into some etymology for a
Sure.
minute.
Let's do it. I'm taking notes.
Absolutely.
Okay.
So desire actually comes from decidere, of the stars.
Wow.
This cat, man.
Desire. So I'm gonna encourage we have all the ladies joining us. Welcome. We
Welcome,
are
welcome,
live
welcome.
with Dr. Adrienne, and we're so happy to have you with us. And please take your notebook and let's learn how to get to unleash the desires and the masterpiece inside each one of you and
Absolutely.
each one of us.
So whenever I hear someone say, I don't know what I want, I know
Mm.
exactly what that really means. What that really means And be honest here, ladies. What that really means is I know exactly what I want and I can't get it. I've tried, it didn't
Mhm.
work, I've given up. And so now I don't know what I should want. You can't find something that's reasonable to want. And so you don't want anything. And of course you
Right.
don't, because what you really want, you already know what that is, but you've given up on it. You've decided that it's not for you. And so your destiny is not
Mhm.
yours anymore. You are disconnected from your desire, which is what leads you to you.
Right. That's interesting because we always say, I don't know. I don't know what I want. I don't know what I'm going to do. And it's actually a way to protect ourselves for
Yes.
not saying, I'm so frustrated and I'm so disappointed that I didn't reach what I really wanted.
Or I'm so afraid that I never will. I'm so afraid that it's too much. I love
Mm.
it when people say to me, what if what I'm asking is just too much? And I laugh because I say, okay, it's the universe we're talking about here. Okay. This is the source of everything, of all things. This is what
Yeah.
makes anything possible. And so that's like going into, the restaurant of the greatest chef in the world and saying, well, I really want scrambled eggs, but that's probably beyond you. That's probably too much for you. So, just bring me whatever. And this chef is like, I could make scrambled eggs in my sleep. Okay. The universe wants to show off for you. The universe wants to spoil you. If you want a rose, the universe wants a rose garden for you. Sierra says that all the time. I love that.
That's true. That's
So
true.
when you judge your own desires, you are disconnecting yourself from the thing that makes everything you want possible. And you are insulting the universe at the same time by saying, oh, this is probably too much for you. This is probably beyond your capabilities. Don't say that to the universe. That's just rude.
Can you repeat that one last one? Because I think we had just a disconnect for a few seconds because this was
Absolutely.
very powerful. Okay.
So let me put it a different way, actually. I'm going to say the same
Yeah,
thing in a different way because I think people need different ways of understanding things. So let's
exactly.
say you're in, again, the restaurant of the universe, okay? And you're looking at the menu, but, like I said, there's only one thing you want on there and you think it's too expensive for you. And so when the waitress comes by, you're just complaining, like, all I have here is this cold Earl Grey tea in front of me, and it's gross. It's like coagulated now, and I really don't want it. And so, like, anything would be better than this. And the waitress is like, you didn't say anything that's on my menu, so I'm just going to bring you some more cold Earl Grey tea because that's all
Yeah,
I heard you say.
because you need to express and feel and believe that you deserve to receive what you want. Otherwise, I
And
love this
so
analogy.
when you stop judging what you actually want as too much for you or too expensive or too whatever, right? And you can clearly articulate it and then feel what it would feel like. Taste in your mouth that delicious lobster that's going to be in front of you or whatever it is, right? If you can do that, then, the universe is like, yes, I get that. I can bring you that, right? It understands feeling. And so when you can tap into that vibration of what that emotion really is, of what you want to feel, then the universe can bring you that and lots of it. But when we're not asking for what we want, when we're focused on what we don't want, guess what we're going to get? A whole lot of
What
what
we
we
don't
don't want.
want. Exactly. And
Yep.
unfortunately, by feeling frustrated, often we spend a lot of time focusing on what we don't want instead of really shifting your focus, your thoughts, and energy into what you really want. Yeah.
Yes. That is probably the most important skill is that
Mm.
energy shift, that emotional shift. It's
Mm.
something that I am actually going to get into more in my next book because I'm
Excellent.
already on to the next book because that's how I roll. But this
Mm.
is what I call emotional hygiene. And it's that
Okay.
recognition of, okay, so here's an emotion that is very uncomfortable, right? It's anger or it's sadness or it's grief or it's something that's like, I don't know how to deal with this. And
Okay.
our first instinct is to try to avoid it, right? We go to something much more pleasurable, like, if we're bored, we go to entertainment, right? If
Mhm.
we're grieving, we go to, watch a silly comedy and laugh or whatever it is. We want
Mhm.
out of that uncomfortable feeling. And that's perfectly
Mhm.
understandable. But the thing is, feelings are like little kids. And if you ignore them, they just get louder and louder and more obnoxious until you finally pay attention to them. I say the same thing about the call to adventure, right? It doesn't show up at a convenient time. It shows up at like 2 o'clock in the morning and bangs on your door and is like, hey, are you home? And you're like, go home, adventure, you're drunk. But it's like, no, I'm coming
It's
in. And then it
time
comes
to get
in.
started. Yeah.
Exactly. And then it comes
Yeah.
in and like helps itself to a sandwich, right? So you can ignore it if you want, but that's just going to prolong everything and make it much more uncomfortable when it finally says, no, this is enough. Like we're doing this now.
Wow.
So what we do is we
Mhm.
process. And
Mhm.
processing is actually incredibly simple. Okay? If you're taking notes, take notes right here because this is an
Okay.
incredibly simple process that's really going to
Uh-huh.
change things for you. Are you ready? Here's
Yes.
what you do. You just ask the emotion, why are you here? Why are you here? Because
Mm.
emotions are always there for a reason. They're there to
Mm.
protect us from something. They're there to help us with something. Okay. So grief is there to help us with, loss.
The loss.
The
Yes.
loss. It's there to
Mm.
help us. If we are
So you
angry,
Mhm.
it's there to protect us from something, right? So
This is
what you
really
do,
nice because instead of being upset with your emotion, you recognize
yes,
it and you kind of have a conversation with it. It said,
you
okay,
embrace it.
I know you're there. Why are you here?
Yes.
And
Why are
that
you
helps
here?
you
What are
probably
you here to
understand
help me
yourself
with?
more, isn't it?
Yes. And so have compassion for your own emotion. Oh,
Mm.
hi, emotion. I love you. Why are you here? How can I help you? Right? What do you need from me? And
Mm.
it will tell you. It will. If you are actually open and listening, it will tell you why it is there. You will like intuitively understand what that emotion is doing there. And 9 times out of 10, there's no action item attached to that. It just wanted you to know about something. And you go, okay, yes, I know about that. I know that you care a lot about that. I understand. You care about my reputation. You care about protecting me. You care about the loss that I suffered, right?
Yeah.
You care that someone's mistreating me right now
Hmm.
and you don't want that to
True.
happen. You
Mm.
care about me and thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. But
Wow. I love
sometimes
that.
there is an action attached to that. It's telling
Mhm.
you, yeah, that person's mistreating you and you need to set a boundary. And you say, okay, thank you. Thank you for letting me know. And you write that down, whatever that action
That's
item
your
is.
intuition talking to you. You need to
That's
listen to
exactly
it.
what it is.
Yeah.
Yes. Your
So
intuition
it's
speaks
interesting
for your emotions.
because when you recognize the emotions, you don't fight it, let it be. You kind of have a conversation with it. What happens is that you open up to let the intuition guide you. I love this. Is that so powerful? Loving this. I want to read Bushra's comment who's summarizing all this. Yes, ask the emotion, why are you here? To protect us, to teach us. Just have compassion and embrace your emotion. Thank you so much for being with us. And that's exactly it. Love it. He said, love it. Thank you, because you care about me.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I always say,
Yes.
so when fear shows up, especially
Yeah, when
fear,
fear. Yeah.
you're scared because you care. Okay. Fear
Mm.
is always about care. When fear
Mm.
shows up, that means this is something you care about a lot.
Exactly.
This matters to you. And that's
Yeah.
important information for you to have because remember, we talked about your desire.
Mhm.
That's your
Mhm.
guidepost. So if you
Mhm.
care about this, that means you value it. And so
Absolutely.
anything that you value, you want to go towards. And so guess what
Mhm.
that means? Everything you
You know
want
your
is on
path.
the other side of that fear, right?
Yes, which means you know the path you should be taking. That's
Yes,
what it means. I love this. So you have the roadmap. You know your desire. You know what you want. And when you go somewhere, you take a direction. You are scared because that's really what you want.
that's really what you want and it really matters to you. So when you feel that
Yes.
fear and you get that resistance, right?
Uh-huh.
That's when you move yourself forward gently, gently. You don't have to throw yourself forward, right? Because then you can go too far too fast, fall off the other edge of the road.
And
And then go,
then,
well, the universe wasn't there to catch me. Well, okay.
mm,
Be compassionate with yourself, right? Be gentle with yourself. Yes, move towards your fear, but do it
mhm.
in a way that is a little bit more supported. Okay. Find the people
Yes.
who are going to support you in that path. Take the
Mm.
step that is the right gradient for you right
Mm.
now. So
Absolutely.
don't just, quit your job and throw yourself out into, empty space. Start planning.
No. But that means you care about yourself.
That's right.
You care about yourself, you protect yourself. You're not
Yeah,
pushing yourself way too much to hurt yourself.
that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. And that's
I love
another defense mechanism that we do.
Yeah.
We say, okay, fine, I'm going to try this thing and then I'm going to fail and you'll see. And so we do the scary thing in the worst possible way and we fail spectacularly so that we can say to
Mhm.
everybody, well, I tried.
Yeah.
You
Finding
see? You see I
justifications.
tried. Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Very, very well expressed. This is amazing. Oh my God, your book is fascinating and it's just spot on how to handle emotions and feelings. Because if you want to reach whatever you want to reach, I mean, often these emotions are the one blocking us, isn't it?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
And
Mm.
so this relates to your masterpiece. This is it's a very practical guide, actually. Like the woo factor is smaller in this book than it will be in the next one. But it's a
Okay.
very practical guide to get you from I don't know what I want to I'm creating value based on
Hmm.
my own gifts. And it
Hmm.
starts with your values. Just understanding what do you care about? What matters
Mm.
to you? And the simplest
Okay.
way to find that out is just look at your life and say, where am I actually putting my energy and my time right now? And how is that
Hmm.
making me feel?
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah, you have it. You know it.
You
Like,
know it.
don't fool yourself by saying, I don't know. I don't know
Mhm.
what I have. I don't know what I am. I don't know who I am, because you have it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
does in your book, do you really help women how to pinpoint what are their values, how to find them?
Absolutely. Yes.
Yeah.
I have exercises throughout the book, and that's
Okay.
definitely one of them. How to find your top 5 core values. And that is the
Okay.
basis for everything else in the book. Because once
Superb.
you know what you
Mm.
value, guess what else you know? You know who your team is because all
Mm.
of the other people who value that, they're on your team. They care
They're
about
with
the
you.
same things that you care
Yes.
about, so they're with you. And they're
Yeah.
gonna back you up because they care about what you care about. And so
Yeah.
once you find your team, guess what? Those people have pain. Those people have pain that they want out of. Those people have
Mm.
places that they are stuck and that
Mhm.
you can help them out of because you've been through that territory. You have a
Mm.
roadmap already. And so this is
Yes.
again just taking you through how do I create value for that team?
Mhm.
And I have
And
very
when you say team,
specific what's that? Yeah,
what do you mean when you say team? Is it
thank you for
team in
asking.
your business? Is it team in your life?
It's
What
team
is
in
it
your life. So
in
I
your
use the
life?
word team instead of the word tribe. I know a lot of
Okay.
people love the word tribe. I don't use the word tribe for a couple of reasons. First, because
Mhm.
an indigenous friend of mine once said to me, that really hurts my feelings when you use that word that way. And I decided
Yeah,
I'm never going to use that word that way again.
good. We don't want to go to that direction. Sure.
That's right.
Mm.
The other reason is because tribe to me feels like something you were born into. It's something you had
Mhm.
no control over, right? It's something in
Mhm.
your blood or something. No, a
Mhm.
team is deliberate. You chose this. You
Yes.
decided you're on my team, you're on my team, you're on my team, and you can decide at any time you're off the team.
Mm. Mhm.
You are
Mhm.
the team captain
But
of your
isn't that
life.
hard? Okay, you can decide anytime, but do you really take the action
Mm.
to do that? Do you talk about
Mhm.
that in the book?
Absolutely, I do. And here's the
Really?
magic
Because that's
though.
the toughest part.
For me, it can be the easiest part because when you start living out loud and you
Uh-huh.
start showing your values up front and showing up as yourself and saying, this is me, take it or leave it, people will
Uh-huh.
leave. People will take their leave.
Sure.
They will slough themselves
Okay.
off for you. You don't even have to take the garbage out. They do it for you.
So
Okay.
yeah, so you stand for what you believe.
Absolutely. When you are a beacon for what you're
Mhm.
seeking, the rest just sloughs off. And you don't even have to have an awkward conversation about it, right? They just take their cue and they go, well, this isn't for me.
Mhm. That's it.
And that's it. And it's not a personal rejection of you, okay? It's a rejection of
Yeah.
that value. They just don't share that value and that's okay. That's great. That's the law of attraction working for them
It
in
is.
their lives. right?
Exactly.
I always put it like this. Say that you're allergic to nuts, okay? All tree nuts, you're allergic to them. Does that
Okay.
mean that tree nuts are toxic and terrible and
No.
poisonous and everyone should avoid them?
Mm-mm.
No. It just means you have a bad reaction to them. So you should definitely stay away from them. That's it. It's not
That's it.
yeah. So whenever you say like, oh, this person is toxic,
That's what
right?
Bushra told you. She said, "This is me.
Yes.
Take it or
Take
leave
it
it."
or
Love
leave
that,
it.
Bushra. Yes.
Absolutely. Because the people who are your people, they'll take it and they'll love it and they'll run with it. They'll be like, oh, thank you. Thank you for saying this. They will show up. And the rest will just go, that's not for me. Okay, thank you. Great. Leave it.
But then, but okay, this is a very important point, Adrienne, because not everyone has that boldness to go, and because they worry about the feelings, they don't want to hurt them, they like more worry about not hurting them than hurting themselves. So it really takes a lot of courage to be able to shift from, now I am the one that matters and I don't want to hurt me before thinking about hurting the other.
I love the way
What's
you
your
put
take
that,
on
Hind. I love the way you put that because that's exactly
it?
right. That's exactly what it is. When we are worried about everybody else's feelings, right? First of all, you have no control, zero control over other people's feelings. Okay. If you didn't
That's
know
for
that,
sure.
write that down right now because you control one thing and one thing only in the entire universe, and that's your reactions to what
Exactly.
happens. Okay. And your mindset about what happens and your perspective on things. That's it.
Absolutely.
And so if you are spending any time, energy, effort, emotion on what other people are feeling and doing, you are wasting it. It is a waste because that's not yours. It's not yours.
Yes.
And you got to stop messing with it. That's just manipulation is all that is. Even if it's really well intended, even if you're trying to make somebody feel good and happy, okay? You're being
Yeah.
manipulative if you're not doing it for your value aligned reasons.
Sure. Yeah.
So, in order to be
Very
you, yes, it takes courage. It takes bravery.
does.
I'm not going to tell you anything else. The first chapter of my book is called Authenticity, and it has a story in there that will make your hair curl. Okay. The most embarrassing thing that has ever happened to me in my entire life.
Wow.
Absolutely bottom of the barrel humiliation. Okay. And how I clawed my way out of that into bravery and owning up to who I am. And as I
Yes.
say in the book, if you can't hide it, pour some glitter on it. And that's exactly what I did.
I
And
love that. Oh, I love that. If you can't hide it, put some glitter on it. I love
absolutely. Yes.
that. This is for every woman. Ladies, can you hear
Yes.
this? Don't hide anything anymore. Use it. Make it shine. Make it
Yes.
your
Polish it up. Polish
special.
it up.
Polish it up.
It's yours.
Yes, I love that because it's
Absolutely.
so true. Because every experience is something else, something new, something positive, something amazing that makes you the person you become and the person you grow to be.
Absolutely.
And often, and when you see this way, when you put glitter, you're not ashamed of it anymore. And that's the thing.
And even if you are, the act of that courage, of that bravery, of showing up anyway, even though you're embarrassed, even though you're ashamed, even though you're afraid, that gives you self-respect. It gives you a power that you never knew you had. It is
That's
magic.
so true. It is magic. It's really magic. So whatever you go through, put sparks on it. And as Bushra said, polish it up, make
Polish it
it
up.
shine.
Make it shine.
Yes.
Because that's
And
the
then
beacon.
rewrite your story to serve you and to make you, brighter and better. I love this.
Absolutely. Because
Wow.
you are the author and narrator of your own story. Nobody else gets to decide what your story is. You get to decide that. And the story that you've been telling yourself about yourself is just that. It's a story. And you don't need to keep it if it's not serving you. You can just leave it, just like anybody else can. You say, you know what?
Turn
That
the
doesn't
page.
jive with my
Move
values.
on. Yeah.
I'm moving on.
Moving
I'm
on.
going to tell
Like,
a new
get
story
your
now.
power back and
Yes.
stand back up and use it to shine through. Yes.
That's right. That's right. Because if
Amazing.
you're hiding from any part of yourself, then you are losing a part of yourself. And then that's a part of your power. Every
Mhm,
part of
mhm.
you is powerful. And so you need to integrate all those pieces, even the little shadow pieces. We need those. That part of you
Yes.
that can get so angry, it could like hit somebody over the head with something. You will need that one day. Hopefully you
That's
won't.
true.
But
And yeah, and I think you really are the representation and the celebration of what we always say, that your story is not for you, it's for others. Your story, you share it to others to inspire them, to
yes.
pave the way for a better life for them.
In
Yeah.
fact, if you are not sharing your story, here's what happens. It's like
Mm.
a pair of tinted glasses that you are seeing the world through without even realizing it. And so
Mm.
when you can finally take off those glasses and look at them and go, "Oh, what is this? It's a story," and give it to the people who actually need it, then you're no
Yes,
longer living your life through that filter and
I
you
love
can
that.
see things as they are.
Yeah, it's very nice. This is beautiful.
Merci.
I love
Thank you.
it. I am so excited about this new book. I mean, really, this is such an amazing work, and I know how you are such an eloquent and a beautiful writer. And how can everyone get a copy of this book? Because I want
Thank
to
you
share
so
it with
much.
everyone. Yeah.
Absolutely. So you can go to my website. It's
Hmm.
ADRIEMAC,
Hmm.
audreymac.com. And
Okay.
you
Well.
can find there, it'll say release your masterpiece right on the front page. You just click on that
Mhm.
and you can pre-order the Kindle copy. You can
Mhm.
pre-order a paperback and you can pre-order an autographed copy of the book,
Nice.
all at
Very
reduced
good.
prices.
Is it also on Amazon?
It is on Amazon, absolutely.
Okay.
And if you
Good.
go to on my Facebook page, there's an event, which
Yes.
is the launch event this Sunday,
Uh-huh.
and there's a link
Okay.
on there directly to the Amazon
Very
uh,
good. So I will
pre-order
include
as well.
those links so that whoever wants to get a copy. And so, what's the objective of this book for you?
Ah, thank you for
Yeah.
asking me that. The
Yes.
objective, the mission of this book
The
is for
mission.
everyone who reads it to
Mm.
understand I am an innovator, okay? I
Okay.
am creative, I am innovative, I have that power within me. My
Mhm.
gifts are useful and important, and somebody out there needs them. And
Yeah. Needs
now
them.
I
I love that.
know, now I
Mhm.
know who those people are and how to reach them and how to resonate with them organically, not in a way that feels disconnected from me. Everything you're
Mm.
doing is aligned and authentic to you because you are your brand. You are your brand.
Beautiful. I felt that.
Good.
Yes, very much so. Very authentic, very powerful. And I think it's a must read because everyone needs to know how to unleash their inner talents, or more really believe in their talents, and that they can use that to help
Yes.
others and to serve
Yeah. And
others.
themselves. You can use that to help yourself too. It's not
How
just
long did it,
others.
yeah, how long did it take you to put this book together and all this
So
amazing
that
knowledge?
well, those are two separate questions, right?
Yeah.
Like the writing of the book was actually very fast because I have a method which I call my doer method.
Mhm.
I have a whole section on that on the website as well that you can explore. But my doer method makes it so that I'm actually a very fast writer and a very prolific writer. So that's actually not the problem. It's like you said, all this personal experience was my entire life, right? Like this goes back to like junior high or before. So this is everything. This
Uh-huh.
is the process that I used to get to where I am today, of this kind
Wow.
of like, if you think I'm like a brave badass out here like showing up and shining as myself, that's why, because I've been through some stuff and you're going to find
Yes.
out what it is.
Yes. Well, you're doing amazing and you look amazing, Adrienne.
Thank
And
you.
I am so proud and so honored to have you. And I know your book is a masterpiece because I know how an amazing writer you are. You really
Thank
are.
you.
And it comes from your heart. And that's what resonates with everyone. It's really because you are guiding everyone to through your own journey and how they can unfold their journeys as well and shine through anything they've gone through. I love that spark thing. Let's
Yeah.
use this. Everybody sparks away every tough experience, every bad things you have gone through. Yeah.
They say,
Do you
and
have
I think this is
mhm.
true, life can be roughly divided into two categories, a good
Uh-huh.
time or a good story. And I've got a lot of good
Yes.
stories.
And so the good is always there. I love
Yep.
that. That was a perfect sentence to end. Thank you for being with us. Always think good life. What is it? Good things and good stories. Yes,
Yep.
for your life. And
Absolutely.
you're looking forward. Thank you, my dear.
Thank you
I
so
and I
much
will
for having me.
whoever wants the book, I will put the link below this this recording, and also for the replays too, so that they can connect with you.
Thank you so much for having me, Hynd. This has been wonderful.
Thank you.